Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Company of Heroes 2. We are here in Samoski winter casting a game between BustRobot as the UKF forces.
UKF forces! The UK forces machine.
Damn it!
Get completely
The UK
get completely and utterly
United Kingdom
wrecked.
forces,
Rickety
yeah.
wrecked. TrueGas will be our illustrious OKW.
Yeah, this is actually a Patreon replay submitted to us, and we are casting it for him, so I haven't actually told Blake, and I'm not going to say who it is either, because it's a pretty safe assumption that whoever sends you a replay is going to win.
Yeah, so I don't know who the Patreon backer is.
Yeah, in most of the times at
Yeah.
least. So we have a BustRobot going for a very quick Vickers, a pretty good choice actually. You do have a very key garrison in both the church and also this building here. Getting a Vickers in those places really does lock down the map a fair bit. As for TrueGas, he's got a Kubel wagon. So Kubel's pretty good at capping these side points, but he can't really use it in combat. There's too much cover and garrisons.
Double strums as well, so he's probably going to be focusing the sides here. He's going to have the strums for the repairs on the Kubel, which allow the Kubel to go fairly aggressive. Go straight for the fuel, and probably just sticks around that area, and you can kind of back cap and cap around with the Kubel wagon. So again, different starts from both of our players, but they both make good sense. So he might even just stay there. I thought it was going to stay there.
Yeah, TrueGas should probably wire off the other side of that sandbag, or the haystack rather. So we have the Vickers. It's actually gone for the church straight away. So we're going to see BustRobot has a pretty good hold of the middle. The only problem with that though is he needs to get this fuel. He doesn't have either of these fuel points just yet.
Well, Cooper's going to have to juke the MG arc here. It does actually manage to get out of it.
Wow, yeah.
By the skin of its teeth.
The Vickers complete. Oh, what? Oh man.
Oh, the infantry section snipes to the last second. That's really unfortunate.
It was actually the rear armor on that Kubel, so the penetration came through. Loses that Kubel pretty much instantly. Yeah, that was brutal, man. The Vickers, all MGs in particular, just shred through Kubels, particularly the Vickers, and it has a wide arc, so if you get stuck in it, you take a lot of damage from that. So
Sure.
we have the Stim Pioneers as well. They're going to have a pretty bad retreat path here. They need to back away rather quickly. They're going to have to retreat through, oh man, 2 infantry sections and a Vickers as well.
Oh, that's not going to be great. That's a dead Stim. Oh, gets lucky on the retreat path, actually. It's going to retreat this side of the hedge. He might dodge the Vickers arc. Yes, he will.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so just barely makes it out of that one.
Okay, so this truck's being sent forward, but the territory isn't connected, so you can't actually set this truck up.
No. Just using it for a little bit of a scout, potentially. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's actually going to be using that one for, but no, can't set it up because he hasn't actually capped any of those points yet.
For the record, I think it's a pretty safe assumption that these two players aren't obviously high ranked compared to what you're normally used to seeing on the channel. So we'll try and give some tips and pointers at where we can. So we do have BustRobot. He's gone his second Vickers.
Okay,
And
so
an engineer squad. So he has teched up behind this.
going for the Royal Engineers after this one, so yeah. That can definitely work. I mean, Samoski, you want to have a MG in that garrison in the church in the middle for as long as possible. As the machine said earlier, you've got that really important garrison, but the fuel as well. So yeah, having a couple of Vickers isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as you're following it up with a bit of infantry support, which he is. We're getting the Royal Engineers after this. So it's good. First squad of the infantry section's going to have those health packs, so healing up as well. Not much more to report.
Yeah, TrueGas's capping order was kind of ruined by losing that Kubel.
Yeah, he's trying to...
He's had double fuel, but hasn't actually connected them really for the entire game.
Virtually no income. Yeah, having that connection is really important. I could see where he was going with it. But yeah, losing that Kubel, I think, just threw a massive spanner in the works. Yeah, it's hard to recover from. But yeah, normally you see you have to connect everything all the time. Make sure having stuff connected is better than having stuff in random points capped away. But yeah, it was screwed up by losing the Kubel wagon.
Yeah, it probably makes more sense to get the Stim Pioneers to cap the close points and then have the Kubel cap the far away points. Because Kubel not only caps them quicker, so that then makes it that bonus gives you more of a bonus on a fuel or munitions point relative to a strategic point. But then also, if you do get collapsed upon, you just drive away. You don't have to retreat all the way back to your base.
Right there, machine. So it looks like the Storm Pioneer is going to be building away. I'm guessing a shoe mine here. We flick over to my friend.
That's a great spot for it.
That's another good shoe mine spot. Squad wipe if ever I saw one, machine. Starting to connect all the territory down the bottom now, so good stuff from TrueGas. He's really adapted well to the loss of the Kubel wagon. Victor's is going to be up here now, though.
Yeah.
Protection actually is forced to retreat by the Storm Pioneers, though, so the Victor's has got to be careful. Is behind heavy cover, so definitely applying to the false Grenadier squad inside of the garrison. It has to re-target the Storms?
Yeah, nice.
Yes, it does. Nice micro. Have to make sure you manually re-target. Oh, the Voss get out as well. Oh, Vickers doesn't turn in time and will be forced to retreat.
Well, actually, he didn't have any incendiary grenades because he hasn't had the truck being placed down yet. Either way, though, did retreat that one. Nice play there by TrueGas, waiting until the Storm Pioneers were focused before evacuating the Volks. Does force that one off.
Traverse time on the Vickers is actually pretty high for the gun to actually reface and retarget squads across the arc. So yeah, another reason why it was good to wait until the Storms were targeted, and then the Volks are just going to get over there easy before the Vickers is time to traverse.
Yeah, also nice he didn't retreat the Storm Pioneers, so now he still has the capping power. So we have the MG34 for TrueGas, so it will be the Luftwaffe ground forces. So we'll have the MG34s and the Fallschirmjäger as well.
Oh, the infantry section. My friends, you do not want to walk this way.
Ouch. Loses
three
three models. So there's an MG in that garrison. Really should put the MG in this garrison, though. It's a much wider garrison, and that leaves you less vulnerable to explosives and grenades and flamers and all those garrison clearing methods.
So infantry section's got to be careful here. Definitely can't stick around for the cap. Hopefully you should get a nice retreat path over the frozen water, but he can definitely go down here. Oh, squad loss here for BustRobot. He's going to lose in the infantry section down to one infantry section, the Royal Engineers, and two Vickers now.
Wow, with this many snipers, BustRobot really needs to get a sniper. Snipers are really good at clearing garrisons. You just attack move with them, and I'm pretty sure they have a 100% chance of decrewing or of wiping the models with every shot. Shumine has been planted, so we're putting a mortar pit. It's actually, I can't see the radius here. I think that's a little bit too far back, though.
I think it might cover the VP.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But like he really want to have it here.
Yeah.
Because then that covers the VP, this garrison,
and, like,
this
the fuel
garrison
point,
especially. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit harder to hold, but he has a lot of natural obstructions. He has these three houses which block vision, and then he has pretty small mine routes where he can just leave like a Vickers in that garrison and it'll lock it down. The mortar pit's going to be really nice with that many MGs, but it's just too far back. I don't really see it actually doing too much. Like, it's very defensive, which isn't always a bad thing, especially because OKW can destroy them very easily with incendiary grenades and the infantry support gun.
Yeah.
So it'll start firing now on the cutoff. I wish I could actually see the range. I don't think there's a way I can check this in spectator.
I don't think so, no. Which is kind of annoying, but that's alright. So Bren's unlocked as well. We see one in the infantry section. I just picked up one of those. Yeah, mortar pit's going to be firing out. I just don't know how much ground it's going to cover here. Vickers gets hit by the incendiary grenade. Did he get out of there fairly soon? He's actually managed to walk out of the arc, but being quite low is probably just going to have to retreat back again. Yeah, it's a good choice. Yeah, these MG42s are locking down a fair bit of ground here, Machine. Really wants to just try and take control of the top point, but even some more aggressive capping here from TrueGas wouldn't go amiss. He's kind of just sitting squads in garrisons. It's always better to have active squads if you can.
It's actually a mechanized regiment rather than his battle group. He hasn't done anything with it just yet, and he does actually have enough fuel for a Panzer II, which is very strong against Brits, not having any snares. Piats being pretty bad against light vehicles, so it's really common. You see that typically more times than not against Brits. Going for it now, as we do see. Maybe a little bit late, but either way, BustRobot, what is his response? He needs to get
6-pounders out.
Yeah, or an AEC.
One of the two.
And mines. Like, an AT gun won't cut it on their own.
No, it won't.
You have to have mines nearby. So it's kind of hard to deal with. You have to be very prepared for it. And it's a pretty safe bet your opponent will rush out, especially if you don't see ISGs or, like, full health squads.
Yeah. Also, I think the infantry section walked a bit too far there. Good move to do is, like, if you're just going to cap some points attack move towards those points. So especially if you have those LMGs on squads where you want to be fighting at long range, like make sure you attack move, and then if they see a squad, they're going to stop. They're going to be engaging at long range with the LMGs, and you can kind of stop and micro them from there. It's just a safe way to move them towards capping points, so you don't get ambushed like you did there with the Storm Pioneers when I think they were seen a little bit earlier. You end up at kind of medium range as opposed to close range in that particular engagement.
Yeah, the mortar pit stopped engaging. Needs to either attack around or barrage through the vision to keep firing. It attacked a couple of times, but once the point was neutralized, you lose vision, and then without vision, then your mortar pit will stop attacking in mortars as well. They'll stop attacking automatically if there's no vision.
Another thing to consider, I mean, given how low BustRobot was on squads at the time you built the mortar pit, like, yeah, either build it more forward, like more aggressively, or like maybe don't go for it until you have another infantry section, or like a 6-pounder or something. Like, he sees the P2 now, instantly starts 6-pounder, that's good play. Definitely want to have one of those out, and hopefully we see something else in synergy with it.
Yeah, he actually cancelled his infantry section, so that was the smart play to make. So, BustRobot, he can afford an AEC if he wants to, but a lot of players don't like going for it. It does delay your tech significantly.
It's a pretty big investment.
Yeah, and it's not very good against garrisons. Like, if there's Volk squads in garrisons, they're just going to shut it down. We're normally, at least, if it's on a more open map, the AEC, it can kind of push around and try and do some damage to infantry squads out in the open.
Yep, the first wreck out of the field for TrueGas as well. That's nice. Definitely want to have those out. Spot up raids was obviously done a little while ago. Because I think just buying time for the 6-pounder to turn up, which is why we see the P2s aren't like amazing against big garrisons. They will obviously force the figures off eventually. It's going to have to run away now, but it did take a fair few volleys to actually get it down.
Yep, so BustRobot has got a couple of Piats now. He's got... Let's count how many Piats. That's one, I think it's only one.
2 Piats.
Oh, 2 Piats, yeah, of
Piats,
course. 2,
yep.
And then the other squad is this Piats or is this Brens? It's
just
A-Bren.
A-Bren.
Yeah.
Just A-Bren, yeah.
And that's it. So 2 Piats and a 6-pounder. So having the Piats can make a fair bit of difference if they hit it. That's always the question, because the scatter is so high. Because the 6-pounder and really any AT gun, it kills the Panzer II in 3 shots.
Right.
Where if a single Piat hits, then it brings it down to 2 shots, which is a significant difference.
Oh, definitely.
So let's see how it actually goes. We will go into the garrison here, I think.
Oh, he's trying to find the P2, I think. Has found it. We'll see what the Piats actually do. The P2 starts moving. That's the way to play against Piats.
Yeah, they both actually miss. And now he's
P2
going to
might
be
get
circling this AT gun. Needs to get in that garrison.
Get in the garrison. Yeah, good play. P2's got to be careful now. The Piats are going to start firing.
Yeah, so it's really hard to do, even with Piats. Well, they both hit now, and the 6-pounder setting up does get the kill.
Nicely played.
Yeah, the bit of a miss micro there from TrueGas. He stopped moving it. He needs to just be constantly moving.
Yeah, it was really good at the start. He was like constantly like microing around. In the chance of like a garrison there, you also don't want to be like driving towards the garrison as much as possible, because like obviously it's a lot easier for them to hit like vertically than it is for them to traverse horizontally. Like the horizontal shots are going to miss by a lot more than the vertical shots will.
Oh, there's a mortar pit.
It's a mortar pit. Okay, I take it back. It's got Vet 2. It has 10 kills. It's actually working.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually doing really well, because TrueGas, he can't take this cutoff, and he can't take the other point, and he can't take the garrison either. So
yeah,
I mean, it would have been nice to have it more aggressive, but it's working where it is.
It has.
Really should play around that.
But the problem with that though is that BustRobot's triple captain VPs.
Yeah.
He's has got neither of the munitions points, and giving OKW munitions is really bad. They just get a lot of Shreks. They get a lot of telemine, S-mines. No, neither of those things. Wow, the shoe mines. I should just say mines next time. I can't get it wrong then. So the interesting thing though about TrueGas is he only has 2 squads of Volks, so he doesn't have as many Shreks as you would normally see.
Yeah, I think the 4th MG is just overplaying things here.
Yeah,
especially once medium tanks start showing up, you could be in serious trouble. Like at the moment, like yeah, sure, 4 MGs are great. Like there's only infantry squads on the field. Like why would you not want to have 4 MGs? They don't scale that well. In terms of like the medium tanks are just going to deal with them really easily. And he's had a lot of he's had squads up here and they're just chilling. You don't need 2 MGs at this point. 1 is like plenty to lock it down. Like I mean, dude, you got that point of lockdown and a half, but use one of them a bit more aggressively if you can. Like, move it in with another squad, like support. Try and get the fuel as well, like double cap the fuel down. Would be good as well. But yeah, I mean, BustRobot, he just doesn't have very much map control. Going for another infantry section is good. Like, he definitely needs more infantry squads here with upgrades, like with Brens as well, to try and get a more map territory. Territory is the name of the game here. Like, yeah, see, like, with the Stums here, yeah, like, cap with one of those and have an MG for support, for example. That way, the infantry sections aren't going to be able to engage the Stum pioneers because they've got an MG backing them up. I do like that the mod pit covers that fuel point.
Yeah, I think the main thing, though, is BustRobot should get a sniper. Because then with the sniper, then he can start clearing out those garrisons. Because currently, he's going to have to wait until a Cromwell. And it's not too far off, but he has lost his fuel point, so he needs to get that one back, otherwise his Cromwell will come a little bit too late. Cromwells are really good against MGs, they're very fast, they can chase them down quite well, they have great anti-infantry, so he can definitely start wiping those MGs once he has that.
Even Royal Engineer Regiment, isn't it? So,
it is, yeah. And so, we also missed a squad wipe with the Sturm Pioneers, probably to the mortar, I would say. If he has 200 munitions, he should really just start spamming the shoe mines everywhere. Yep. When you have that much of a munitions and also territory lead, the more mines, the better. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have that strafe, but that's not until 10 command points, so like it's worth throwing down the shoe mines now. They're going to pay dividends against the tanks later. You can bank up the munis a little bit later on. It's better to have the map control now. Yeah, nice to see a BustRobot leading the charge with his engineers. When you know there's a Sturm Pioneer squad capping a point, or like there's a pretty high chance of there being mines down. So yeah, whenever you see an engineer squad of some kind, like capping a point, chances are, you know, they're going to plant mines down. So sending minesweepers in that direction is very important, especially against Soviets with demo charges. Yeah, look, minesweepers are pretty good. So trucks are down in the bottom right-hand corner. So we're guessing KT from the looks of things here, Machine. Yeah, you could be a little bit more strategic with the truck placement, I'd say. Gets the cutoff though. It does get the cutoff. Yeah, covering the cutoff is good with the Panzer headquarters, but my problem with that is like it's really easy to siege those. Plus, like there is artillery that exists in this game that would like literally destroy all of those. Yeah. Together. So like having them a little bit more spread out, you know, can be nice. Like having the Panzer headquarters in combination with the mechanized regiment is really good because then you can have kind of tanks backing up the Panzer headquarters and you have those forward heels as well. Maybe separate the battle group headquarters off a little bit, and they're a little bit out in the open, but that's being nitty picky. So yeah, it is. It's right though. If he has 2 6-pounders, he can just fire over the ridge. It kind of has range there though, but like he can just keep going further back and outrange it, and then the fact that it's so open, he can just have a single Vickers covering it. I think BustRobot could actually kill that Panzer headquarters pretty easily. 2 6-pounders in a Cromwell, it would die. Like with that, Piats as well. With especially. That being said, like Simoski Winter isn't exactly the most closed-in map, so there's a lot of open ground. But yeah, as the machine was saying, quite easy to siege there because chilling in that garrison still, you know, those incendies are gonna clear it out. Yeah, if you can get like the squad suppression in terms of like microing around that, it's hard. Gammon bomb? Oh, Gammon bomb, I think. Like, this is the point where you dodge. Like, dodge right now. He goes for the pin, yeah. Either go for the pin or, like, dodge, because you have to pick one or the other, because the Gammon bomb will wipe a squad inside a garrison that small. If we saw the Gammon bomb go out, it would have been a wipe on that MG. Yeah, so we actually have BustRobot locking in his hammer. So going for a combat. That, I think, is not very smart, though, because he needs to get these points back. He probably should have just gone for a Cromwell, because he can just drive up to a point, and then just clear it out clear out the MGs with his Cromwell, cap the points back, and then finally turn this game around. Because, yeah, not only is he bleeding VPs, but also the munitions point is getting pretty out of hand. He has actually gone for Universal Carrier. I think that's because he wants to use the command vehicle, which is really, really good. You get a lot of bonuses from that. I believe it's accuracy, received accuracy, and I think reload. Interesting. Okay, so he's going for the Wasp upgrade. So that's how he's going to deal with these garrisons. Okay. Yeah, it's powerful against garrisons. Yeah, it's very easy to lose though. Yeah, that's the problem. That's my issue. I mean, there's only, with that being said, there's only 2 squads of
there's only 2 squads of Volsks with the Shreks, so yeah, loses the Vickers there and drops it. So if you know you're gonna, I think that's because he evac. So if you know you're gonna lose the MG, leave it inside the garrison. And the reason for that is you won't drop the gun. The gun will stay inside the building. The gun will disappear. Like the gun's not in the game anymore. If you know you're gonna lose it, you're 100% sure. In that case, you're sure because the incendiary grenade's gonna come out. Don't evac. Don't lose the weapon, and give it over to your opponent.
Oh, this could be a wipe though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, if he chases it down, only needs a very small more amount of flames.
I think the Wasps end up running into the hedges there.
Small amount more of flames. Yeah, he did get it away. If he marked with that bet, he could have wiped that one for sure. But now he's going to have to force away these MGs. Unless he pops the AP ammo, neither of which are actually Veterancy 1. So he's pretty safe to do that.
Yeah. One tip, Veterancy 1 now.
Yeah, the only problem with that as well, though, is your opponent is like quite likely going to have cloaked Rakettans, which will just two-shot it. So, yeah, it's worked in this time, but I think it's a bit of a misplay there from TrueGas. He really should have had a Rakettan there, because especially this late into the game, he should have anticipated most likely a Cromwell just driving up to it. Having no AT at all. I think he was relying on that Vox Squad with a Shrek, which went to cap the fuel point. But yeah, because of that, now he has capped up the north, building...
He's going for people.
No, I'm looking at Cromwell.
Yeah,
wow,
Cromwell.
okay.
Yeah.
So
you don't use your icons yet, machine. So for the UKF tanks,
I thought it was a Cromwell. I was just really surprised because he actually locked in the hammer tactics
and then went Cromwell.
Yeah. So I think the reason he did it, he just really wanted the gammon bombs, which is not a bad idea because it does clear out the garrisons, but it's a long fuse, and I think realistically most players are going to just dodge them. Like you have a pretty big window of time to dodge them. It's like 3-second fuse plus the animation. You dodge that pretty easily. So yeah, it is a Panzer IV on the field. So Cromwell will come just in the nick of time.
Yeah, I think the reason the people is coming out is instead of going Raketans, you needed like another way to deal with the Wasp when you just decided on a medium tank. Having got all 3 tier buildings, like points towards KT. Be careful of these Shreks.
He needs to kite it away.
Oh, not moving it at all.
Yeah, he needs to outrange it. There we go.
Okay, runs now. Squad's quite low as well. These Brens are going to start making work done. Get out of the negative cover as well. Never want to be inside the negative cover.
He actually
has moving the squad.
He has the Mills bombs unlocked as well. Could throw one of those. Doesn't do any of them though. So there's 2 MGs setting up, going to be suppressing these squads. P4 on its way. We do have a couple of Piats here though, but they are suppressed. So they won't do too much.
On mass retreat here. Wasp is running.
Yeah.
Attempting to run.
Cromwell's a little bit far off. AT guns on the other side of the map as well.
Yeah, Wasp actually runs through vision range for the P4. Probably should have kited that the other way. Keep it out of vision because you just don't... TrueGas didn't know where it was, but now he does.
Yeah, that was a pretty big mistake there. If he went up north, he wouldn't have revealed it and he could have just backed away.
So Wasp does end up dying.
I think he just clicked into his base. Like, what's a good idea is use rally points. Like, hold down shift and just go click in the... That's what my overlay look. You click in the corner, shift right click in the base, and then it'll just drive around the corner into the base. You don't have to, like, micro it. It'll just drive on itself.
Oh, 2-6 pounders getting set up here. The people is going to go on the road, but that does face the rear armor. What you want to do there, that was dangerous. What you want to do there instead is just reverse move straight out. You want to keep that forward armor facing for as much as possible. Like, yeah, it's nice to get on the road, and that could have just been like a victim of pathing there, but you never want to face the rear armor. You just like completely remove any chance of shots bouncing from the tanks. So yeah, definitely reverse move as much as possible. Like reverse moving tanks is like... It's pretty major, so...
Yeah, so... Once again, BustRobot's in a really bad spot. He needs to get his VPs back. He stalled for just too long. Once again, like the mortar, it's got a lot of kills, but it just isn't helping him in this VP struggle. He does actually have the smoke barrage, though. He could probably use the smoke in the middle to cap that one underneath the MG. If this game drags out long enough, he's going to have the AVRE, which can just one-shot those garrisons with the MGs. But then he's going to have to deal with the King Tiger, so... Yeah, it's a bit tricky. He needs, as I said earlier, he needs to get a sniper just to start clearing out these garrisons, because that's kind of the reason why he doesn't have these VPs, because TrueGas has locked down all of those garrisons, but the sniper will dislodge them pretty effectively.
Yeah, an earlier sniper definitely would have paid off here, or like if you were going to go for the Wasp, like an earlier Wasp.
Yeah.
So... Just need a way to deal with the garrisons because you've been bleeding. Yeah, you don't want to be triple capped like at all ever if you can avoid it. And if you are, you want to be like triple capped for as short a time as possible. And he's actually triple capped for.
You can gammon bomb this one. Yeah, he's going for it now. Will he actually get the wipe? He isn't
Yeah,
evacuating the
it's gonna
MG. Oh, that whole church blows up.
P4 is going to go in here, but facing the rear armor from the looks of things.
No.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, no, it's not. It is the way it came in. It looked like it was like facing the rear armor, but like no, it's not. So that's front armor.
The P4 bouncing a lot of those shells has pretty good frontal armor. It's more than the regular Vermac P4, but he has now the 6-pounder AT gun. He has a couple of pairs. I think they actually hit during that engagement, which is why it's pretty low. So the middle has been captured back, which is great to see. But BustRobot really needs to secure another one of these points. And we will see TrueGas have the free squad strafe, the airborne assault, available.
Definitely has the munis to invest in that one. Just a long way off like an ABRE or like a long way off a Comet. Yeah, really, yeah, again, dealing with these garrisons, this is pretty crucial. Like, get the VPs back.
Yeah, he needed to do this 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's no cloak for Kens, of course. TrueGas has a fair bit of manpower floated up. Probably should just go for a Raken. Because the thing is BustRobot actually has a lot more supporting AT. He's got PATs, he's got AT guns. There's only 2... Oh man, another mine.
Another mine, yeah.
The same mine spot. He should have mine people in that squad. Yeah, he only... Oh, it captures the MG. So TrueGas actually made the same mistake that BustRobot made earlier when... You know, it was clear he wasn't going to actually get back to base, so he should have just left in the garrison to avoid it being stolen away. So... BustRobot's gone for a second Cromwell. The only problem with that, though, is 2 Cromwells aren't going to cut it versus a Panther or a King Tiger.
Not at all.
So, either a Comet or a Firefly would be great in that regard.
And it's going to be a Panther coming out here from TrueGas. Loving the zero fuel as well. He went zero fuel Panther. Yeah, I gotta love it when that happens. I'm a big fan.
Running
Not just the
forward.
Incinity, but like he's going to have to retreat anyway, so...
Okay, so we have the Cromwell moving over to the middle. Maybe a trench would be nice. Can't get flanked. Gammon Bomb coming down. There's no dodge!
Ooh.
Almost loses that Volk squad. Actually, he's retreating into the forward retreat point, which takes it in front of the Cromwell. BustRobot wasn't actually targeting those, so it will back away. And that mortar pit, actually, over the ridge, is going to be firing some rounds.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it quite reaches the VP. So, yeah, definitely building that further forward would have been the AOK choice. Just cover a bit more ground with it. It was a good idea, but just build it further forward more aggressively. Like, you've got the brace for a reason.
Yeah, and if you put it, like, here, it would have opened up the second VP, which is just the problem. BustRobot just hasn't had enough VPs this game. He only has 64 left. Rebuilding another squad of the Royal Engineers, he will need to have 2 of those with 2 Cromwells. So
I think the Panther's a good choice here.
Yeah, the Panther is a good choice. TrueGas just has to make sure he doesn't engage near the AT guns. So Fallschirmjäger are on the way.
I have a couple of squads of those now.
Yeah, he's got 2 of them.
Strafe is still available as well. Point actually goes down. Looks like the Cromwell's going to be engaging onto the P4
Oh,
here.
wow, they're both driving into it. The
Again, rear armor.
P4 even takes a shot from the AT gun. He's going to throw that P4 away. Will we see a nade from the infantry section?
Doesn't look like it does end up getting finished off. So the Cromwell's finish off the P4, and that was actually pretty important supporting AT for the Panther.
Oh, wow, big mistake from TrueGas. He's engaging when he knows the AT guns are nearby. That being said, though, the Cromwells aren't actually going in for it. They're firing at long range, which means he won't have enough penetration. Panzer Headquarters will provide a bit of support as well. Fallschirmjäger will provide the Panzerfausts. So having that church destroyed is going to make it harder for TrueGas to camp it with an MG34. Driving in with a Cromwell, not very good since the Panzerfausts will come through.
Yeah, there's just no supporting.
Or at least they should come through.
Keep microing around there. You want to avoid the Panther turret. Panther turret has slow rotation. Yeah, moving in now. It has the second Cromwell, but now the Panther turret's caught up.
Yeah, the Panther has a really slow rate of fire. So this is a pretty big mismicro from TrueGas. He just wasn't kiting this Panther backwards. Yeah. He does actually lose it to the Cromwell. Wow.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, if he just reversed it backwards, not only would have avoided the rear armor, he would have then stayed away from the second Cromwell. The Panzerfaust didn't come through either, despite having all this munitions. So
yeah, so on TrueGas's perspective there, what he should have done, reverse move the Panther straight away, deny the rear armor, to the Cromwell and means more shots, like firing forward as well. And as soon as it gets within Faust range, like Faust it, just always Faust if it gets within Faust range. So the Faust should have come out there. Same with the second one, just keep reverse moving, keep kiting, bring the supporting AT up and get the Faust off as soon as possible because it really limits mobility. The Cromwells just won't penetrate consistently in front armor of a Panther, even that close. It's just not as consistent. So like here, Faust, like there's just not enough supporting AT to like finish it off, but like you see there, it gets below the threshold required for the engine damage. Faust follow it up there.
So TrueGas could actually loses that. Like, because even if he retreated the Fallschirmjäger, the Cromwell could have just chased them down and wiped it.
Yeah.
So you need to get that snare off, otherwise you're just going to lose squads on retreat, especially with something as potent as a Cromwell.
Good, deny the rear armor, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the side of BustRobot, should have kept moving, like keep kiting the Panther around. I can see how you kind of want to block it off with the rear armor, but also like bring the second Cromwell in straight away. You want to move them in together, and you should have moved the 6-pounder up as well. Like,
well, nice kiting here with the Cromwell though.
That is
he
good.
keeps it out of range, and the Volks do fall to the infantry sections. So nice turnaround here from BustRobot.
VPs are really low though, like 20 VPs here for BustRobot, 480 for TrueGas. So TrueGas could actually still close this one out, theoretically.
Yeah, he may want to get a Vickers to just lock down that middle VP. So we have the Valiant Assault here, but a little bit greedy from TrueGas. Nice nade as well. That's actually the Gammon Bomb. So he forces it to keep running, which prevents it from firing. He just wasn't with his engagement. Volks with a Shrek against Brain Carrier infantry sections, especially with a second squad there. Just not a very smart engagement from TrueGas. So BustRobot, he has enough fuel for a second tank. Let's see what he goes for. There's a few options. Be
repairing the Cromwell right now as well.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that's
of course.
That's the key.
There we go.
Get the repairs coming out. Has a couple of squads there. That's nice. Definitely very appreciative of having a couple of...
Till third. Yeah, another engineer squad.
Engineer squad.
So if he goes for Firefly, then he's going to completely deny a second Panther. With a Cromwell, 2 AT guns, and a Firefly especially, the Panther's just going to get completely destroyed. And BustRobot's wiped a lot of squads, so there isn't really much left. There's only Fallschirmjäger, Stern Pioneers, and 3 the MGs, but it won't take him long to take the game off of VPs. So BustRobot just has to make sure he doesn't lose a VP at all. There's actually a Vet 3 squad, so despite having the Pier, they should be pretty strong here. I think the Pier actually wiped a model though.
Yeah, I think it might have done as well. Plus it makes the models take cover when the shots actually hit.
Nice nade.
Nice nade. Yeah, so Gammon Bombs you actually want to save.
Lots of regular
coming
grenade.
over. Yeah, you should dodge that. Nice dodge coming in there from BustRobot. What I was going to say, you shouldn't be... He keeps trying to go for... Oh, that Falsum shot could definitely go down here. No, it doesn't.
Oh, another squad went down.
And the Falsums went down as well. Yeah, so what you want to do is don't try and Gammon Bomb like in infantry engagements, because any like decent player who's watching the engagement will be able to dodge. It has a really long fuse. Like regular grenade, sure. Like I get caught out by regular grenades. You should hear the amount of times the machine yells at me for getting caught by rifle grenades. It's a fair bit. But when it comes to Gammon Bombs, like on MGs, like on support weapons where you know you can like support weapons and garrisons in particular, that's where you may or may not hit a Gammon Bomb. Like even on entrances is cool. Like throw the Gammon Bomb on an entrance, and then the squad will go to retreat and the MG will already be unpacking. Once the MG starts unpacking, it can't stop unpacking and stay in the garrison. It has to evac from the point it's been told to evac from. So if you evac an MG, it's going to be like while it's packing up, you don't have like you can't change entrances of the garrison that you're going to evac from, and you can't stop evacing either. So like throw the Gammon Bomb on the entrance, and the player will go, "Oh no, a grenade!" and they'll evac and they'll run the entrance and lose the squad.
Yeah.
So,
actually, I don't know if you can change the door or not.
I'm pretty sure you can't. I think I've tried it before.
I don't know. We'll have to test
I don't know. We'll
it.
have to test it. I was under the impression that once you give it the instruction, it has to evac out of that door, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I could be completely wrong.
So the P4 here against the Vet 2 Cromwell. Looks like he will get a flank, but even he drives into the AT guns, will take a shot, and now this rear armor is going to get completely destroyed. The rate of fire on this Vet 2 Cromwell is pretty fantastic. We'll lose the main gun as well. Yeah, it gets destroyed in a matter of seconds. So TrueGas just not having the best micro when it comes to his tanks. And now TrueGas is just getting pretty desperate to get his VPs back, considering he only has 20 points left. So yeah. Now the AVRE is actually available. 140 fuel?
Yeah, man.
Holy crap! I didn't know it was that cheap.
Super expensive, isn't it? So
Wow. Well, to be fair, the Stim Tiger isn't much either, but like, it's cheap, man. I thought it was like more. I mean, a croc is worth 230.
It's true.
So the mortar pit is actually covering the middle VP for the record.
Okay, it is too.
Um,
But doesn't it get additional range at some point, or does it? I wasn't sure. No, it doesn't look like it does actually.
no.
No. Doesn't get additional range.
Yeah.
I tell so many lies
did.
during casts, so lies are my favorite thing to tell. So it does actually cover the VP. So yeah, no, it more aggressively might have been nice, but picking straws.
Oh no, this VP's undefended.
Oh, might actually get capped up here, but the middle one's going to be capped anyway, so
Yeah.
still be double capped.
Really needs to keep the Cromwell at a point when there's no squads covering it. But it is nice to see the sandbags being placed down, though. It's very important with the Brits getting that cover bonus, just having that extra defensive bonuses as well anyway.
I think TrueGas just... you kind of go all in, you get a bit scared, like, towards the end, and you just, like...
Yeah,
just
he was too greedy.
Try and close the game. So.
Especially when he had all 3 VPs and he has so many MGs. He didn't need to be that aggressive with his P4 and his Panther.
Yeah, there's just no point.
Especially when he had the King Tiger eventually. Like, he had all 3 buildings. But, yeah, well played by BustRobot here. I think he was very close to losing this game, though. He really needed to either rush out the sniper to clear those garrisons, rush out the Cromwell, which he didn't do. He went for the hammer tactics first, and that was, I think, not a very smart choice. You got the gammon bombs, sure, but more importantly was just get a Cromwell. Cromwell's going to clear out garrisons more reliably than, of course, a gammon bomb. That's a combat tank, so yeah, that's not a good choice. But also, TrueGas, like, he should have had Rekens. This late into the game, well, like, when the first, like, the Wasp showed up, like, that was enough time that there could have well and truly been
like a Cromwell or
a Centaur or something.
like anything.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll wrap it up. So, of course, did you guess who the Patreon backer is?
It might have been BustRobot.
It was
yeah,
BustRobot.
It was BustRobot.
Yeah. So,
thank you for your backing, my friend. So.
Yeah, thank you for supporting us on Patreon. If anyone else would like to do so, you can do that over at patreon.com/generalsgentlemen. We'll discuss your replays. If you do $10 a month or more, you can join the Patreon chat where we talk shit about Blake.
Wait, that was nice micro, actually. I was going to mention, like, taking out the P2. That was really good. Like, hitting it with both P8s and then following it up with the AT gun. That was, like,
that was
really
a game-changing moment.
So, yeah, it was really good.
The Panzer II is one of those units where it's a pretty all-in unit because, like, it's not necessarily a big investment in fuel, but it's the fact that it's tier 2, which then you lose your medic. So you pretty much have to back tech after going the Panzer II. So it needs to have an impact, and it just didn't really. And yeah, that engagement, it could have easily gone the other direction. If TrueGas just kept circling, he could have wiped the AT gun. But with the garrison there from BustRobot, like, the Panzer II would have had to stay there for a while. The Panzer II isn't that good against garrisons. So yeah, putting your troops in garrisons against Panzer II is obviously ideal. So is heavy cover, but you can't just flank that. Whereas if it's in a garrison, the Panzer II can't really touch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll wrap it up. Thank you for watching.
It's been fun. Thanks, guys.
Please subscribe to the General's Gentlemen. If you enjoy our content, you can support us at patreon.com/generalsgentlemen.